There's plenty of talk these days about going green. Many of us are becoming more aware of the many things we can do to keep our planet healthy, and we're trying to do our part. But when it comes to going green with our diets, it looks like we need to do some work. Nationwide surveys of our eating habits say that out of all the categories of foods that we eat, leafy greens are what our diets are lacking the most. Part of it may be that with the exception of spinach, many people aren't that familiar with leafy green vegetables, or they don't know what to do with them. But when you consider that a serving of cooked greens offers up a good dose of vitamins A, C, and K, along with calcium, iron, and fiber, and some antioxidants to boot, these are foods worth getting to know a little bit better. When you're shopping for greens, first consider whether you want to serve them raw or cooked. The smaller the leaves, the more tender the green, so mild and tender baby spinach, chard, or kale leaves make flavorful raw salads. If you want to cook these tender greens, you can either steam them quickly or saute in a little olive oil until they wilt, which takes just a few minutes. Thicker and more strongly flavored collard, mustard, or turnip greens need a longer cooking time, and they taste best when cooked in a little bit of broth or with a dash of cider vinegar to mellow out any bitterness. Keep in mind, too, that when you cook leafy greens, they cook down a lot. When they're cooked, you'll end up with about a quarter of the raw volume that you started with, so plan accordingly. The first step in preparing greens is to plunge them into a sink full of lukewarm water, then give them a swish to remove any dirt or grit. If the stems are large or tough, you can remove them. Give them a whirl in a salad spinner or pat them dry with a kitchen towel to get rid of the excess water. Small leaves can be kept whole for salads or steaming, while the larger leaves are better torn or cut into bite-sized pieces before you cook them. Salads made with baby greens are delicious either on their own or mixed with regular lettuce and tossed with your favorite dressing. You can use mild greens like Swiss chard or kale in any recipe that calls for spinach. And you can green up pastas, soups, omelets, or stir-fry dishes by tossing in some shredded greens during the last few minutes of cooking. If you're feeling more adventurous, try using a large leaf of kale to make a wrap sandwich instead of the usual tortilla or flatbread. You'd be hard-pressed to find any other food that packs so much nutrition into so few calories. Raw leafy greens have only about 10 calories per cup and fewer than 50 per cup when they're cooked. Going green with your diet could help you with your weight control, too. If you were to swap a half cup of starchy food like rice, pasta, or potatoes for a cup of leafy greens every day, you could drop 10 pounds in a year.